Hello everyone, and welcome back for part 6. I think it's part 6, and also the final part of our current Broken Sword, the Shadow of the Templars playthrough. This is the original PS1 version, the theatrical cut. We have played through the director's cut and also through the rest of the entire series over on the YouTubes. You can see that whole playlist. And evening JD as well. Welcome in. Your internet connection is now fully restored. Is it? Is it been fixed for you? Or you're on your mobile phone again tonight? Oh, just need to press some buttons here. Just when I realised that this wasn't displaying when it should have been displaying. That should be a 7. That should also be a 7. Yeah. Okay, we'll fire this one up. We left it. We were on our way back to Spain. Yeah, it is Spain, isn't that we go to? Yeah, we're for the return journey to see the Countess and Lopez, I believe his name was. There's Chrissy's cell getting shut. Alright, let's slide that out there, because that's slightly in the way of my hand. Okay, restore. Okay, let's head on off to the airport. What sort of trouble have all you guys been causing today? Whilst One Speed George slowly walks out of frame. It's all been fixed. It must have been your turn this week because we had our internet connection cut for a few days when the car crashed through the telegraph pole. So Chris, it must be your turn next to get cut off from the internet for a couple of days. Okay, off to the airport, and we wish to go back out here.
I'd been planning to return the chalice anyway, but I hadn't expected the trail to bring me here. The Villa de Vasconcelos was as picturesque as ever. The weather was still clear, and Lopez was still watering the damn lawn. I was beginning to suspect that he was surgically attached to that hose. Hi there, Lopez. How's tricks?
Senor Stobbart, how pleasant to see you. You are well.
Fine, thanks. Is the Countess in?
She is waiting for you. I will show you up.
It's okay, I know the way.
Senor Stobbart, I feel I owe you an apology.
No, you don't.
I was impolite on our first meeting.
Look, Lopez, just forget about it. I came on like a snake oil merchant. I wouldn't have trusted me in your shoes.
You do not understand. Finding the chalice has given my lady a new lease of life. It's a marvel. She smiles, she laughs. The tradesmen are saying that she is on Prozac.
Oh, I'll pause there for a moment whilst the shout-outs come in. But we've also got there, just I'll scroll up because it's all scrolled down in the wrong way. Whilst we're getting our clips now. I still, every time I see it, I really like the design of that ship. Each time that we see it there, JD. And we also have Tic Tac hiding in there as well. Welcome in as well. And right, what was it that I missed going just scanning further up? Given up on our works computer company 2 weeks now, and they've been using. What have you broken? Have you been downloading that funny stuff again? At least you're going for a wander with Junior. Been back out to see the ducks with Junior again there, Chrissy. And I haven't watched the details of like the things for the Johnny Depp thing. I've been sort of like I hadn't really been like totally following it over the past the past like month, sort of like on and off hearing bits and bobs there. But this past week I've been listening to absolutely loads of it, just whilst I've been working. And we saw that they got sent back, didn't they, for not filling in something. And then I like fast forwarded for 20 minutes worth of blank video, and then when they came back out, but I didn't get a chance to hear all of the bits and bobs. Kind of like skimmed it a little bit, but I'm sure by the time that the stream is over tonight, I'm confident there will be some summary videos up that we can jump over and have a nose at. But we will now go. Actually, should we speak to Lopez
Hi,
again?
Lopez. Got a minute?
Gotta wait for it to finish his animation.
Certainly, senor. How can I help you?
What's the story behind the chalice vanishing?
When the Inquisition raided, in the absence of Don Carlos, it was believed that they had taken it. Naturally, they denied the charge, as they denied taking the children. And naturally, nobody believed them.
But they were telling the truth. The chalice was hidden from them. You don't suppose they were telling the truth about the children as well, do you?
Madre de Dios! I had not thought of that. But then what happened to them?
I don't know. If the Inquisition didn't take them, then who did?
You must speak to my lady of these.
Count on it.
Was it you just needed the profile transfers from one to another? But any excuse to have to drag you into the office, Chrissy. But yeah, lovely walk with Junior. Planning on going out longer, but he fell asleep. Not too far to. Is that what you do to make him go to sleep? I remember there was a fella I used to work with. It was actually one of the managers when he had his kid. The only way he could get his kid to settle was to drive. So like 3 o'clock in the morning, he would just like drive into the hotel to get a cup of coffee, before going on to to continue on. He had his kid in the back seat.
So the Countess feels that the curse is lifted.
I would not put it so strongly. Your discovery of the chalice was proof that the Templars never abandoned the de Vasconcelos. It counts for a great deal with my lady.
Catch you later, Lopez.
That's all of his dialogue there.
Senor Stobbart.
Okay, let's go in and see the Countess. Now, one puzzle that we do know is going to be coming up is because we know we have to burn that candle to reveal something. I don't know if it was the chess piece. I think it must be the chess piece, surely, that's inside of that candle, given the size of it. Can we go into more places now as well in here? Let's have a little rummage before we do it. Oh yeah, that's where the dogs are. Drive with these prices. Yeah, I'm going to need petrol tomorrow, and I'm expecting that's going to cost me 100 quid at least. I got paid 127 quid from a client today for a 5-minute job, and £4.50 that went onto the card transaction fee. The rest of it is all going in the fuel tank tomorrow. He always pays his bills promptly when it, cause on the Mondays, on the Monday the first, the first of the month.
Utility room with no exit, unless you counted the window, and I didn't.
Oh, can we not go in there? Oh, there's something on the wall though. Yeah, first of the month is statements and invoices day. So I've been I did all those this morning. Got all those statements out. Outlook kept on crashing though when I was trying to send out all the statements. But I checked on the website and everything was in the sent mailbox, so I assume it's all gone out. Shall I find out when they all start paying?
Must have been traveling pretty fast when he hit the wall.
And then this afternoon, once I've done all that, I've now edited together the puzzle time lapse from the 2 streams. And same again, I've compressed the 7 hours into 7 minutes, and that will be available on the YouTubes at 10 o'clock on Friday. I think that's what day I put on it.
Senor Stobbart, oh, what a pleasure. Please, sit down.
Hi, Countess. The pleasure's all mine. I've brought back your chalice.
Why? You've had it cleaned.
Yeah, I met an obliging priest with a soft cloth.
Have you resolved the Templar mystery?
No, not yet. I don't even know what it is I'm after.
There are many stories of the knight secreting great wealth away.
Whatever. All I know is I don't want the bad guys to get it.
Ah, to be young and live in a world of moral absolutes.
Okay, what have we got? Oh, yeah, we never even looked at what this thing was we even picked up, did we?
Does this mean anything to you?
Nothing at all.
What is it, though? I think it's like a mirror, maybe. We picked it off the wall and we didn't even look to see what it was.
There's still the mystery of the missing chess piece.
I do not think that it will ever be discovered unless the fate of the children is revealed.
The Inquisition were suspected of taking the chalice and the kids, right? We know now they were innocent of the first crime. What if...
They did not take the children either. Then what happened to them?
The Inquisition admitted to killing Don Carlos's manservant. Now, this guy had been told to protect the kids at all costs, right?
That is correct.
I think he hid them and the chalice when he got wind that the Inquisition was coming. With him dead, and Don Carlos driven mad with grief, there was nobody left who knew the secret. You know what this means, don't you?
I fear so. The children are still here somewhere. If this is so, then it is small wonder that the de Vasconcellos are cursed.
There's something else that I discovered carved on Don Carlos's tomb. Biblical references.
What are the references, Senor Stobbart?
Psalms 32:7, Corinthians.
I am not a good enough scholar to know the Bible chapter and verse. I meant, what are the quotations?
You know, I forgot to ask the priest. I discovered something amazing with that chalice. In Paris, I found a church where they recognized the coat of arms. I found the tomb of Don Carlos de Vasconcellos.
You are sure? There can be no mistake?
The coat of arms on the chalice matches the one on the tomb.
Incredible. You have my most profound thanks. I must go there as soon as possible.
Yeah? Well, I'd be happy to show you the city. I'll have a look around if that's okay.
My home is your home. I shall remain here.
Definitely something going on between them two, isn't there? No wonder Nico sounded so jealous. Alright, let's hop out there. And as always with these games, I will try my best not to talk over the dialogue. But we're going to head out to the whatchamacallit place. the mausoleum. I'll see what we can interfere with in there. Figure out which is the pixel hanging out. There it is. That must be it. There we go. Oh, George is going to get wet. He just walks straight through without a care in the world. Now, is there anything in here?
I didn't want to mess with the building.
But we do. Come on, what speed, George? Get in there. Right, we'll grab that. So this must be where we do the... where we shut the window as part of the puzzle. I assume that we shut the window so as the candle doesn't get blown out. How are we going to light the candle?
Now that it had given up its secret, the glass squares in the lectern were just decorative again.
I thought that might have been the candle we could click on. We throw it up there. Right, we'll head back out though. We've got the Bible, so we can go and get the Bible references now. Do you remember was it the third one or the fourth one? There was that bit where we had to like sneak past the guards inside of the church, and there was like a massive Bible that we had to go and look up for the references. Because that was the same one that had the wine bottle puzzle. Well, you had to know, like, what was it? What year? What year the particular bottles came from, or what country they all came from as well? It was something daft like that.
It was the Spanish Bible I borrowed from the mausoleum. The mirror from Lopez's utility room. Yep, I was still looking great.
See, the arrow there suggesting that we can go in there, but can we actually go in there?
It was just a little utility, unless you counted the...
I suppose it says you can go down there, but we can't, I suppose. Okay, let's try with the Bible now.
Hello again. Mind if I sit?
Please, be my guest.
Here's the Bible from the mausoleum.
Very well. Let us begin. The first reference.
Psalms 32:7.
Thou art my hiding place. Thou shalt preserve me from trouble. Thou shalt compass me about with songs of deliverance. My hiding place.
Don't get your hopes up too high. This might just be leading us to where we found the chalice.
You are right, of course. The next.
Okay, John 4:11.
John 4:11. Here. The well is deep. The next. Quickly.
Okay. Corinthians 4:5.
Here it is. Will bring to light the hidden things. Any more?
Just one. Psalms again. 22:21.
Save me from the lion's mouth, for thou hast heard me from the horns of the unicorns. The last is confusing. Lions, unicorns, what does it mean?
I can't guess.
Salient points seem to be a hiding place and a deep well. In no sense is the mausoleum a well, Senor Stobbart.
Is there a well in the grounds?
I do not know. I suppose that there must have been once upon a time. Lopez is the man to ask about anything pertaining to the estate.
I'll just have another look around.
Very well.
Okay, we'll go downstairs now. We will investigate Lopez. This reason have to start off today by going to see Andre, as so many of these evenings have started. I think we may have put him behind us until the next game. Okay, let's get over here, wait for him to get to his default state in his animation so he can talk to us.
Hi, Lopez. Got a minute?
Certainly, senor. How can I help you?
Catch you later, Lopez.
Oh, bugger.
Adios, Senor Stobbart.
Too far.
Hi, Lopez. Got a minute?
No, nobody likes Andre, Chrissy.
Certainly, senor. How can I help you?
Evening, Samwise, and welcome in. We are back on Broken Sword this evening for the final episode.
You must know just about everything that there is to know about this place.
See, I have lived my whole life here in the service of the Vasconcelos.
Do you know of a well anywhere around here?
A well? Si, senor. This used to be a fortified villa. How can you last a siege without water?
Great! So where is it?
How should I know? The well was covered over in the last century. It was dangerous, you see.
And you have no idea where it was?
None. It was hidden even before my grandfather's time.
Well, you must have a vague idea of where the well is.
It must have been in the old house's courtyard, so that would put it around here.
Here? Okay. Now, how do we find it?
There might be a way. Let me think about it.
Any ideas yet?
Not as yet, Senor Stobbart. I shall give it more thought.
Any ideas yet?
Not as yet.
Catch you later, Lopez.
Adios, Senor Stobbart.
Okay, so a little wander around. I'm sure we had to. Did we not have to like do the thing with a stick or something like that? I've got that kind of like in my head as what we did when we last played through. But yeah, but welcome in though. I didn't want to talk over the game dialogue there, so that we could all hear the story. Let's go back over to the mausoleum. But I hope you've been keeping out of trouble today, or at least trying to keep a certain other person out of trouble today. Let's hop over here. It must be. I'm sure that was something to do where we had to get the sticks or something. I vaguely remember seeing a clip in my head of like when we last played through of George going like wandering off into the thing. He's at the dentist. Oh, would you not let you pull his teeth out? Or did he say that you probably enjoyed too much? Is that lots of trouble coming up? 4 days. I think the bank holidays and what have you. So does that mean I can like ignore all my customers for 4 days? We know we have.
Couldn't reach up there.
We know we have to do this on here, don't we? Can we use that on that? That's not flammable, is it? It must be. Yeah, I think we've solved it. We have our cloth. Now surely we can then light it. And then to the candle. Yeah, this is what we were getting mixed up with last week, because we knew this was a puzzle. We just had the wrong visit from our like memory of the last time we streamed it. Yeah, I think they're having like a street party here, but you know, we won't be participating. That looked like him from South Park.
The candle had burnt brilliantly, but only for a couple of minutes. Some kind of special formulation, I guess. And had yielded up this. A complex shape expertly cut in stone. I figured it was some kind of key.
It looked more like a golden Mr. Hangy.
It was a smooth, intricately carved piece of stone that had been concealed inside the great candle.
Okay, let's head out and have a word with Lopez again, see if he's figured it out. What have we got there? I keep meaning to update the Lord of the Rings quotes for Samwise and Frodo. Never know, maybe tomorrow I might get the opportunity to finish doing the other recordings that I want to do. Oh, hello then, and welcome in. We are on Broken Sword, the original PS1 version, as opposed to the Director's Cut, which we've previously played through. You can, of course, everyone see Broken Swords 1 through 5 with the Director's Cuts of 1 and 2 over on the YouTube. Plus this series as well, and also at some point in the coming months we will do Broken Sword 2, the original PS1 version. I can't remember words out there, as opposed to the director's one that the director's cut, which we did previously when we played through it. What's that? Are you playing out with the kittens and puppies tomorrow? Well, I'll be waiting for more photos. Right, we're going to have a word with Lopez. As normal with these games, I won't talk over the dialogue so that we can all hear the story. Are you also recording stuff this weekend?
Got a minute?
Certainly, senor. How can I help you?
Has he figured out the well
Any
yet?
ideas yet?
We are looking for a source of water, see?
Yes.
For generations, the Spanish country folk have had a secret way of locating water, even if it is meters beneath the ground.
Ah, you're not talking about water dousing, are you?
Eh?
You know, you get a stick and walk around until the stick twitches and dig there.
Oh, you've heard of it.
Yeah, I think most of the planet has. Okay, let's get a stick.
Uno momento. It must be a special stick, a Y of hazel.
Right. Do you have any hazel trees?
See, here. That is hazel.
So he's just giving us what we needed.
Do you know what this is?
No, senor. Is it some kind of key?
Yeah, I think it probably is.
Where did you get it?
It was hidden inside the big candle in the mausoleum.
And you burnt it? I wondered what the light was I saw through the window. My lady will be furious. The candle was centuries old.
Ah.
Obviously, you have the key in it.
Catch you later, Lopez.
Adios, Senor Stobbart.
It was a moth just come through the bloody window. Maybe we should start streaming in the dark. Alright, let's have a wander around and see if we can find this hazel tree. I want a Y shape of it. We'll start from this end and we'll go to the other. I can't remember where it is offhand. But surely there's got to be something else over here that we can use. Is that as far as to the end of that frame? Nope. He says this is hazel, but you know, we can't see what he's showing him.
I went over to find a suitable stick. Aha!
Oh, there we go. Oh yeah, we did make it up. I was expecting to be at this end here. So, Chrissy, have you got everything ready for? Are you doing your strip club this weekend? Can we just use that here, or do we have to talk to Lopez about it? Oh, what did you do to set that off, Chrissy?
Hi, Lopez. Got a minute?
Certainly, senor. How can I help you?
Well, I got my divining rod. Now what?
Simplicity itself, senor. Hold the wand at the upper ends of the Y. Apply a little tension with your wrists so that the slightest movement of the wand's tip is clear, and walk slowly and steadily over the area.
Sounds easy enough. We'll find this well in no time.
Here he goes. Yeah, I knew there was a bit where George was like wandering back and forth. Hadn't gone totally mad. Previously on the Dr. Ravenholm show. It shows this clip all the time as well, doesn't it? Our speedrun in, remember, Walking Simulator 2020. Remember when we played that one? George playing with his wand again. You got such a dirty mind, Chrissy. Don't know where you get it from. Oh, welcome in then, Mr. Diesel.
You found something.
This is it. This is where we find the secret of the Templars. Hidden here for hundreds of years. Lost from the sight of man until now. The mystery is revealed.
It's a tin can.
I've been walking up and down with a twig in my hands, looking for a tin can.
It had water in it. That's what the dowsing stick must have detected.
I'd have to check with an archaeologist, but I don't think the Templars left that.
In truth, Senor Stobbart, the lawn was laid many, many years ago. This can could date back to the Napoleonic Wars.
Get rid of it and I'll try it again. Lopez threw the can away. It seemed to fall an awfully long way.
Found the well.
The splash at the end confirmed what we both suspected. Well, I'll be a monkey's uncle.
It has been here all the time. All those years and nobody found it.
Stood in awe for a moment, marveling at the secrets all around us.
I could have fallen down that.
The well had been lost for decades at least. The air was cool after the noon sun, but that's not what gave me goosebumps. I have a really, really bad feeling about this.
As always, I don't like to talk over the dialogue, but before George cut me off, welcome in there, Mr. Diesel. We are on the Broken Sword again this evening, the original release PS1 version, as opposed to the director's cuts, which we've previously played through. And today is the final episode, where we're definitely one way or the other, we are completing this game tonight. We've only got like this section here, then it's off to Scotland for the next bit. But I hope you've been keeping out of trouble today. Not been causing too much trouble for Mrs. Diesel.
A great stone lion's head with a gaping maw full of fangs. As far as I knew, nobody had cast eyes upon it for centuries as it stood, waiting in the cool shadows. The words of the psalm kept running through my head. Save me from the lion's mouth.
Can we use this key on this yet then? No.
From a distance, the lion's head had been impressive. Close up, it was frightening. Hey, one of the fangs is a separate piece. A great stone lion's head with a gaping maw full of fangs. As far as I knew, nobody had cast eyes upon it for centuries as it stood, waiting in the cool shadows. The words of the psalm kept running through my head. Save me from the lion's mouth.
Okay, sure this is where I put the key in then. The mirror? Oh.
I could hear the sound of a lot of stone moving, and I knew I was in danger.
I realise we haven't saved it.
Oh, very funny, you psychos!
Signor Stobbart! Signor Stobbart! Are you all right?
It's okay, Lopez, I'm fine!
Que susto me has dado! You gave me a scare!
Nice try, Templars.
Right, I'm going to very quickly save it before something goes horrendously wrong. Is there anything else to look at in here, actually? We went straight for the door.
Sometime in antiquity, there'd been a rock slide. Big ones. I wished I'd had a hard hat.
Let's see, is there anything else that we could have clicked on?
Thinking back to how long it had taken the can to fall to the bottom, I stayed as far from the edge as I could.
I get the feeling that we have to use the mirror. Oh, I clicked in the wrong place. I think we have, because this looks like somewhere it's going to be dark. Surely we have to use the mirror to get some light over there. Let's just go back down again. Come on, George, hurry up. So this door we must use the funny Mr. Hanky key.
I wished that I had Leary's flashlight now. It just felt like a pitted stone wall. I'd almost been killed for the sake of a red herring. In the deep shadows, it was hard to make anything out.
Come on, we know that's got to be the puzzle. We can maybe stand it on, perhaps. We should go back to talk to Lopez if we can't.
It was a long way down. The brilliant midday sun shone almost directly down the shaft, and I still couldn't see the water. I'd already risked my neck with one death-defying leap in Syria. I wasn't about to push my luck again.
Okay, well, I wonder, see if Lopez has the thing we watch it. Like a torch.
Hi, Lopez. There's something I'd like to talk to you about.
Certainly, senor. How can I help you?
It's really dark down there. Do you have a flashlight or something?
No. I broke my torch only last month.
Damn. It's so bright up here, but the light's just not getting into the corners.
See, the light, it goes in straight lines.
I borrowed your mirror. I hope you don't mind.
No, senor. If you think it will be of help.
Mirror on the rope. Aye, we'll give that a
Catch you
shot.
later, Lopez.
Adios, senor Stobbart.
But one moment before we do that, I want to nip back into the Countess because I want to see if there's any other dialogue lines because we haven't taken this funny little doodad to her yet. See if she has any new dialogue that we could have missed. Eventually, George will get in there, though. Right, we'll see. He walks up the stairs. I'm going to have a quick drink. Oh.
Hello again. Mind if I sit?
Please, be my guest.
What do you make of this?
It looks like some sort of key. Where did you get it from?
It was buried inside the great candle in the mausoleum.
Inside it. What have you done to it?
I, lit it.
But it is irreplaceable.
Listen, the candle was to be lit in case of Moorish attack, right? Well, it burnt down in no time and revealed this key thing. Maybe that was the real purpose of lighting the candle.
What are you suggesting?
That lighting the candle was the equivalent of break glass in case of emergency.
Sentiment must not stand in the way of solving this mystery. You did the right thing.
I wonder what materials...
I'll look around if that's okay.
My home is your home. I shall remain here.
I wonder what additional things they were put into the candle to make it burn so quickly. If it says that big mass took, what, like 5 minutes or something, you said, for it to burn down. What would they mix into it? Did a website once for a bloke who has a candle business. Just as a side note. Okay, let's get back down the hole. As you say, this time we'll try it on the rope. Go on, give me the mouse back. Actually, just check, make sure there's nowhere else that I can click on it, like fresh places. No, he's just climbing straight up it. We use the hose. Can't click on the hose. Right, let's just get George back down there for a moment. Right, now that we've had the dialogue... right. Now that we've had the dialogue, he will do it.
There. In the middle of the door, I could see some kind of socket. It looked like this wasn't quite the dead end it seemed.
So now we can poke around in the dark for the hole. He's such a bad influence, Chrissy.
Open sesame! Another secret door. Before I left, though, there was one last thing to do.
He's not going to propose, is he?
You won't be needing that replacement piece anymore, Countess. I found it with the children. You'll probably want to be alone for a while. I'll be out in the garden with Lopez.
Bouncy, bouncy. Oh, he's gone back to Nico's place.
George,
Oh,
welcome
goodness.
back.
Come in, George. It's good to see you again.
Is it?
Sure. What did you find in Spain?
Without Andre, we wouldn't have got this far, George.
Yeah, I know. The clues led to an underground chamber at the bottom of a well. The Templars had left a tapestry showing a chessboard. The white pieces were vastly outnumbered. There was a stream running across the board, and a Templar knight on a horse.
Does it mean anything to you, Andre?
No, nothing.
Maybe we should tell Andre what else you found, George.
There's a map and a Latin inscription to the west at the edge of the world.
George found that in a cave in Syria.
Yeah, where the assassin almost killed me.
Then we have got the burning of Jacques de Molay and the date, 1314.
From the window of the church in Montfaucon Square, one of the few places where nobody tried to kill me.
Then we have the image of a church that George found at the excavation. I don't recall anyone trying to kill you there either, George.
And finally we have the tapestry in Spain. Did I mention I almost got killed there?
Not yet, but I'm sure you're about to.
It was only my cat-like reflexes that saved me from certain death.
Cat-like reflexes, eh?
And while I was risking life and limb, where were you, Andre? Getting your glasses fogged up over an Etruscan vase?
That's enough, boys. Can we get back to saving the world?
Of course. My apologies.
He started it.
Well, the Latin phrase are the words of Julius Caesar. He was describing the island of Britain.
Are you sure? The map didn't look much like Britain.
How come Caesar described Britain as being at the edge of the world?
To the Romans, the Mediterranean was the center of the universe. Britain was a remote, unfriendly place, inhabited by blue-painted savages.
It hasn't changed much.
They've stopped painting themselves blue.
Except when they go to a football match.
They used an extract from a plant called woad, Isetis tinctoria. The Scots were using it until fairly recently in the wars with the English.
Fairly recently? I don't recall the Scots being at war with the English. How recently are you talking about?
I believe William Wallace's men used it in the 13th century. They might well have been using it as late as...
You can't remember, can you?
1314.
Ah, we're back onto that, are we?
Andre, what is it? What do you mean?
1314 in Scotland. The Battle of Bannockburn.
That would explain the stream on the chessboard. That's what a burn is. Right, Andre? As in Bannockburn?
Right, George. And it gets better. Tradition has it that the Scots were helped by a shock force of, well, can't you guess?
Knights Templar?
Yes, a group of outlawed Templars. They are said to have turned the tide for the Scots.
And it all ends at a church In the Isle of Britain, at Bannockburn, in a church.
What are we waiting for? I'll call a cab.
Is Andre coming with us too?
I can't go.
Andre, you've been loads of help, but
What George is trying to say is that you shouldn't feel guilty.
I was?
We understand you've got commitments. Oh, listen, we have to hurry. Let's go, George.
We'll see it through. Oh, and, don't worry about us.
Okay. Heading for Scotland.
Oh, it must be done.
Oh, I guess so. And we must be nearly there. Somewhere, out there in the dark, is Scotland. We've come a long way together to get here.
Yeah. Let's hope it was worth it.
I've still got the clown's nose.
So I see. You should throw it away, George.
Look at all the other junk he keeps in his pockets.
There's something I've been meaning to say to you, Nico.
Is this the right time and place, George?
There might not be another time. I don't want to waste this chance.
You don't need to say anything. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. But here, with you. Now.
You're exhausted. Why don't you get some sleep?
Sleep? At a time like this?
Excited, huh?
Would you like something to help you sleep, dearie? I've got some tablets in my bag.
Oh, no. Thank you.
Thanks all the same, ma'am.
Isn't that Khan?
Pardon me?
Yes, my dear.
Do you know what time we're due in Stirling?
6:15, but we're running 8 minutes late.
Would you believe that this clown's nose led us to being on this train tonight?
I would indeed.
No, honestly, You would?
Certainly. You have an honest face.
What's the book you're reading?
Oh, it's something I picked up at the station. A medieval detective story. Quite well written for that kind of thing. It's been out of print for years.
Thinking about books randomly picked up at traveling places. Many years ago, I picked up what is probably one of the worst books I've ever read at an airport. And it was I was in the W.H. Smith, just for something to read on the plane. And funny enough, it was going to Paris. And it was the novelization of the movie. Is it Cowboys versus Aliens, or is it just Cowboys and Aliens? The one with what's his name? Who's what the hell's his name? James Bond fella. You know who he is. His name is just, I can see his face now. His name's just completely gone from my head. The current-ish James Bond, the one that's just kind of like left it. That is an absolutely dreadful book. Reading that book put me off reading for at least 6 months. I didn't pick up another book for 6 months. That's how bad that book is. Couldn't bring myself to turn another page. It took ages. Yeah, Daniel Craig, that's the one. Yeah, the whichever around the title of that one. Avoid that book at all costs. I looked up the author, and she hadn't written anything for like decades or something, and I could see why if that was her writing style. It was absolutely awful.
What's the title of the book?
The Crooked Crusader Caper by Molly Pegram. I assumed the author was a woman, but apparently not. His real name is...
Professor Nigel Pegram.
That's right. Do you know him?
No, I never met him.
George is a great fan of his, though.
Welcome in, Frodo. Hope you've been so I hope you're having a good day. I hear you've been having a trip to the dentist, is it today? And yeah, the film, Chris, it's all right. If you know, it's not like awful. You know, it's one of those ones where it's like it's okay to put in. You know, as long as you're not you're not like wanting to use any brain power, I'd probably say. It's like some of the other films where like you had the Great Wall. It's an okay flick. You know, it's. What was the other one? There was another one as well, like a recent film that I'll probably bundle into that category. Although I did quite like it. The Gods of Egypt, you know, you chuck that in there. But yeah, I do quite like that one though. We've watched that one a few times. Actually, it was when we got the 4K telly, that was the first movie we watched in it because I thought it's got lots of bright colours on it, and I don't have a 4K version of The Fifth Element, so. And had a filling done. And so in your wisdom tooth, if I get my words out at all tonight. Thinking about like book related films though, the other night we watched Death on the Nile, which is like, you know, the one of the Paro, how the hell do you pronounce his name? Because they did a couple of years ago the Murder on the Orient Express. I was wondering, have any of you guys read any of her books? Because I was debating whether or not to maybe read through the series. Because I think there's quite a few books in the series. Because the two that they've made into films, I don't believe are either one of them. I don't think is like a first or early book in the series. But I've been debating whether or not to maybe pick a couple up and read it. I think the first couple are like only a couple of quid. Obviously, the ones that have been made into a film, they're slightly more expensive.
Do you know Sterling well?
Yes, I do. Is that where you two lovebirds abound?
Yeah, we...
It's one of the places we thought we'd stay on our holiday.
Be sure to visit the castle, won't you?
Oh, I'm sure it's a neat place. But we are not really interested in history, are we, George?
No.
I suppose espresso bars and boogie-woogie are more your cup of tea.
That's right. There's nothing George enjoys more than a good boogie.
And if you go to the castle in Stirling, remember you're going to be ducking a lot. Because it's... I remember I went there with my dad, must be 10, maybe even 15-ish years ago, because it was free for the day. So we weren't there for that, but because we were walking past it, and it's like, oh, it's free today. It's like, oh, well, let's have a little wander, might as well. I just remember having to duck under every single one. I don't know if it's because maybe everyone in Scotland might have been pixies back when it was built, or in my sort of mind, I was thinking, well, maybe it's over the centuries. Maybe it's lowered down. Maybe it's compressed. But yeah, I remember having to duck under every single archway. Unless it was a tactical decision. You know, the enemies will invade the castle, but they've got to duck under every archway. People that live there will do it unconsciously. People that are there every day. It's like, you know, when you're in going up the spiral staircases in like say the towers and such in the castles. Have you ever noticed how the steps aren't? Some of the steps are like really awkwardly might be like a really awkwardly short one. That's not just like bad tooling. It's on purpose, because it's the theory is the people that live there will know that, you know, as they're walking up the stairs, they'll just know naturally in the rhythm as they're walking up the stairs they'll have like a short step on like one particular one, or maybe there's a couple as they're going up the spiral. Whereas an invading force don't know that, and it'll slow them down and potentially even trip them up on the stairs, giving the defenders more of an advantage. In that stage would be the dying end of the combat. It used to be Chrissy's going there. It used to be the tactic, narrow and short doorways, so they could shield into the I'll start again here. But yes, Chrissy. Oh, it's one of those. I should have stayed in bed. Right.
Is there a church called St. Ninian's at Stirling?
Yes, there is. And I know why you're going there.
You do?
Of course I do. It's obvious you're in love. You're eloping, and they say romance is dead.
All right. Let's have a wander through the cab now.
Where are you going, George?
Do I need to spell it out?
Don't snap at me. If you're going to take a leak, why don't you say so?
Okay, I'm going to take a leak. L-E-A-K.
Tickets, please.
Oh, hi.
That's a standard full-price peak return. Don't you have a senior citizen's rail card?
I rarely travel by train. My ticket is perfectly valid, is it not?
Well, yeah, but you could have saved up to a third of the cost.
I do not need to indulge in puffling thriftiness.
Blimey, you're a funny old bird and no mistake.
Evening royalty.
Tickets, please, sir.
Here.
Off to Stirling, eh?
Yes, we are.
Well, I hope you won't be disappointed. It's a miserable place this time of year. Still, there's plenty of pubs and a lovely view from the castle.
Thank you.
I don't want to worry you, but there was something familiar about that guy.
Are you sure? You're tired. Perhaps you're mistaken.
Maybe. But I didn't like the look in his eyes when he spoke to you.
Oh, there we go. As always, I don't like to talk over the dialogue, but evening there, royalty. And Samwise, not being in a castle. Well, your Parisian will have to come over here on a trip then. There's plenty of them over here. You can't walk 10 foot without tripping over a castle of some description around here. Are you hard at work, royalty? Or is it hardly working?
Can't you sit still, George?
I need to go to the John.
While you're there, check out the buffet car, George. Unthinkable though it is, I am hungry enough to eat English food.
Okay.
Be pleased to know. Oh, you're at home tonight. I said you'd be pleased to know, royalty, that for this game, we've seen the last of Andre. All right, let's get this bit here over with. Talk to these drunken bums.
I didn't want to wake him. To be frank, without a cold water hose, I didn't think I could wake him. Hi, having a party?
No, this is breakfast. Come on, join us, man. Away, Basha, wake up, man. What's company?
His breath was like the outlet from a chemical factory.
Excuse me, mate, he's taking a nap. Sleeping like a bobby. I'll wake him up when we get to Newcastle.
We passed through Newcastle half an hour ago.
And I never noticed.
Would you like a red nose?
No, thanks, pal. I got one of my own.
What is that stuff you're drinking? It smells like gasoline.
Right, I'll put hairs in your chest, like.
And your eyeballs, too, by the looks of you. See you later.
Oh, I hate it when they get the ones with this accent. It's like, you know what really bugs me? Every time there's like somebody from the interview, like say on the news, someone from Newcastle, it's always some absolute thick ass Java. One that I'm surprised they can even put their shoes on.
Do you want to open that window, pal?
Why not?
It's freezing out there.
Yeah, he's not a proper Geordie then. If he's worried about the cold. Dead of winter, that's short t-shirt weather. No, thankfully I don't speak like that.
The door was locked.
Oh, it's
Oh, no. That gangster creep from the hotel, Guido. Well, he didn't scare me. Hey, Buster. This is a no-smoking car. Okay, maybe he did scare me. It got worse. I suddenly realized who the conductor had reminded me of. Eklund, Marquet's murderer.
Okay, let's go the other way. Oh, hang on, we'll pause a second. Previously on the Dr. Ravenholm show. Watch out for puddles. Yeah, we walked into this puddle and then we got respawned above the cave on regular terrain.
Yeah, baby!
And then we got our royalties. Yeah, baby. Was it, you'll take the cold. Let's go back through the carriages then.
The door
So close
was
to the end of the game now. I think within the next 20 minutes we will complete it. Go back and talk to Nico. Oh, no, Nico's not there.
I should have known better than to leave Nico and the old lady alone. Suddenly, the sword of Baphomet took second place to finding the girl I loved.
Is there any clues? No. Just seems as if we could click on before we go. I'm sure we have to climb out that window. I don't know entirely why. But why would it be here unless we wouldn't use it?
Leave it alone, man.
The windows seemed to have been sprayed with tiny flecks of froth. Hey, buddy. Did you see what happened to the young woman in the next compartment?
No, Paul, I didn't. Have you lost her, like?
She's disappeared. The old lady, too. I think they're in trouble.
Oh, yeah, man, an old lady, too.
Yeah. You gotta help me.
Maybe they went to the toilet, like.
I don't think so.
They never go on their own. Always in pairs, you know.
No, she's been abducted, I'm sure. I've got to go look for her.
What's stopping you, pal?
The conductor. He's not what he seems.
You want to avoid him, like?
That's about it, yeah.
No problem.
Oh, is he? Well, it's now written there. It's yeah. We will be expecting that. So what day? Which one of the streams is Chrissy going to perform for us then? Is it going to be like a dance like the Shepherd Shuffle? Oh, we want to do some more Mass Effect. I know we were discussing it like last week again, weren't we? Has he still got his half and half suit dress for the wedding? Has that been made?
Listen, I need your help.
What's the matter?
There's a guy on this train who's trying to kill me.
Relax, man. You wouldn't try nothing with us in Basharia. We are veterans, like, so action at Brightlingsea.
I don't recall the British Army being involved in a conflict at anywhere called Brightlingsea.
Well, you just take it from me, pal. You're in safe hands.
See you later.
Can we do it now? There we go.
Don't do it, pal. Don't jump.
I don't intend to jump. I'm going to climb on top of the train.
You're kidding, aren't you?
Just watch me.
Here he goes. What could possibly go
Pal.
wrong?
I'll give you a hand, like.
Don't do it, but here I'm going to give you a hand. I assume this is the way we need to go. I suppose, yeah, Nico could have already been taken in this direction. Is that there, Roddy? Can't wait to see it. Why did I not save the game? I feel like I may have made a big mistake.
Hey! Let's talk this over like reasonable people, Eklund. I can explain everything.
Ooh. George is down. Oh no. Restore. Where did we save it? Oh no. Oh. We will have to walk through the dialogue. Oh, this was like maybe 30 minutes or so ago. We're so close to the end of the game.
There, in the middle of the door, I could see some. It looked.
Yes, yes, George.
It was a long.
No.
I'd already.
No,
I
George.
wasn't
I have to wait for him to slowly walk through as well, because it's not like some of the other point-and-click games where I could flick it over into fast mode as well and have him like bolt across the screen. This game doesn't have that tool. At least not that I've been able to uncover anyway. Yeah, shut up, George. We'll try and skip through as much as possible. There you go.
Before I left.
This time we save it when we get to the train.
You won't be.
And then
I found it with the children.
Oh, this means we're going to re-encounter with Andre.
I'll be up.
But we'll try and skip through Andre. I know no one wants to see Andre. We will try and skip through him as quickly as we can.
George.
Come in.
Is it?
Sure.
Without...
Yeah, I know. The clue, the temp, the what? There was a.
Does it mean...
No.
Maybe
There's a to the west.
George found...
Yeah.
Then...
From the
Quickly
one of the-
jumping through.
Then... I don't...
And did I?
No.
It was a cat, and while getting,
That...
Of course.
he started.
Well, he was.
Are you?
To the wrong bridge.
It...
I've stopped.
Except...
The
Just skipping through all of this. Anyone wants to listen to this can watch it on in 2 days' time. On the YouTubes.
That's what right tradition.
No.
Yeah, they are set.
And it in the.
What? I'll...
There we go. We're calling a cab. We're on the way to Scotland.
I can't go.
Andre, you,
What?
I what?
We are... Listen...
We'll see it.
So whilst we're jumping through here then, why don't we get an egg count? Whilst I quickly get through all of the dialogue that we just went through for the past half an hour.
Right.
Somewhere we've come.
Yeah. Let's...
I've still got the clown's nose.
So I see. You should throw it away, George.
There's something I've been meaning to say to you, Nico.
Is this the right time and place, George?
There might not be another time. I don't want to waste this chance.
You don't need to say anything. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. But here, with you. Now.
I thought I'd leave that line in.
You're exhausted. Why don't you get some sleep?
Sleep? At a time like this?
Excited, huh?
Would you like something to... I've got some...
What's Chrissy got? Chrissy's got 258. of the regular ones and 16 in the 8 of wands. JD for the 69. And 61 in the Eight of Eggs. Royalty for just under 9 with 22k in the Eight of Eggs.
Pardon me.
Okay, let's chat with Khan. Is it Corn?
Yes,
Do you,
a
would you believe?
I would.
No. What's the?
Oh, it's been
Skipping through the book.
his
Professor,
that.
No.
So what's everyone saving
You
up
know,
their points
sir,
for now?
Yes, is that
Yeah.
be sure?
that's
Is there a?
Yeah.
You did.
Yeah,
There we go, we've gone through all of their dialogue. Yep, bouncy bouncy.
where are you going, George?
Do I?
Don't.
Okay.
Next we get the ticket seller coming in.
Leak.
Ticket.
Oh.
That's a... Don't you...
I rarely my ticket.
Well...
I did.
Ticket.
Here.
Okay, so you got anything? I was going to say, do you have anything more to say there? So we'll jump out here. We have to go down to is it Guido or whatever his name is. I can't
Off the
remember.
Yes,
Well, it's a... Still.
thank you.
I don't want.
So walk down into the cab. We'll then come back into here and find
Well,
that
yeah,
that she's gone. Then we'll go back into the other cab. Then we'll jump through all of his dialogue lines in one go. Still deciding there, JD. We have the new ones there as well. The key rings. Oh, there he is.
Oh, that gangster creep. Well, he did. Hey, Buster. Okay, it got worse. Eklund.
Once we get into the next cab, the cab that we're going to climb up the window, we will then we'll save it once we get in there. Yeah, it's still going to choose your pictures. No mad rush. Just whenever you're choosing your favourites.
Nico and the old lady alone. Suddenly.
Okay, we're sliding out of here now. Into the next cab, where we are definitely going to save it.
I didn't want to wait to be. Hi.
No, come on, where?
His breath.
Excuse me, sleeping. I
Weep.
and I never.
Would you like a?
No, fuck.
What is? It smells.
Right?
On your. Did you?
No,
She's.
oh,
Almost there.
Maybe
I don't.
you never.
No. I've.
What's
The can.
you wanna?
That's a.
No,
Listen. Was there's.
relax. We have.
I.
Where?
See you later.
Save.
Give it to it, Pod.
I don't intend. I'm going to.
Yuck.
Just what?
Okay. Pretty much now caught up.
Hold on now, Pod. I'll give you a hand, like.
Okay, down we go. There is actually a sleeper train which goes like through the Highlandsy sorts of area, Fort William direction. I can't remember what its full run is though. Let's go.
Hey!
I'd always wanted to stop a train, and now was my chance.
got him.
You saved our lives, but why?
We were always on the same side, Stobbart. Different causes, but a common enemy.
The Knights Templar?
Don't call them that. The real Templars were a noble foe. These barbarians have no right to that name. These men are no better than dogs.
What are the Neo-Templars after? What is the Sword of Baphomet?
Not what you think, my friend. It is a weapon, yes, but one which our enemies will find difficult to wield. A double-edged sword. A power older than Demolay, older than Solomon.
We'll stop them. You and me together. And Nico.
No, George. My journey ends soon at the Garden of Paradise.
You're talking in riddles. Can't you tell me straight what they're after?
The sword symbolizes a colossal energy caused by the alignment of the Earth's natural power fields.
Which are focused at St. Ninian's.
The energy endowed the Templars with the power which made them great. A power which made them charismatic to such an extent they could control the will of all around them.
Maybe not.
Maybe it's not asking about the little red nose.
How did you escape from the bull's head?
It is a long walk from the cliff of the bull to the village, Stobbart. Fortunately, I know the ways of the wilderness. Also, I have a sister who keeps a garage just around the corner.
Convenient.
May Allah guide you to our enemies.
Thanks.
One last thing.
What? What is it? He's dead. The guy was a professional killer. The last thing he deserved was sympathy. I had to admit it, though. I was sorry he'd ended up this way.
Okay, is there anything else we can...
I couldn't think of a single way the extinguisher would be of use in the absence of a fire.
we pick up...
Underneath that heap of tumbled crates was Eklund. I wasn't about to help him out.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do there. You know, because we have to tick that off the bingo card.
Underneath that heap of...
do we untie Nico, or do we like her tied up for a little bit longer?
Nico looked good, even in ropes. Nico looked good, even in ropes. Nico looked good, even in ropes.
Oh, it's not letting me talk to her.
Don't even think about it, George.
What? Who?
Look me straight in the eye and tell me you weren't thinking of using that axe on Eklund.
Don't be foolish, woman. I was gonna use it on you.
Don't even think about it.
What? Who?
Look me...
Don't be foolish. I was gonna use it. Nico looked good.
Okay, how do we untie
I
her then?
still thought it a good idea to take the axe to Eklund while he was down.
Is there like a pixel
The rear
somewhere?
exit was barred and padlocked.
Do we leave?
Where do you think you're going?
Don't worry, I hadn't forgotten about you.
Untie me this instant, George Stobbart.
I will, when I'm ready.
There we go.
That's not fair, George.
No.
You took advantage while my hands were tied.
When Eklund pointed that gun at me, I thought I was gonna die. I thought of all the things I'd never get to do, and kissing you was at the top of my list.
George,
Uh-huh.
George, we've got to get off the train. Eklund could recover at any time.
So what are we waiting for?
What are you doing?
I'm out of here.
Not that door. Do you want to end up like Flap?
Not especially. What remains of him is well on his way back to London. I hope he was traveling on a return ticket.
This door, maybe? What difference did the side make? Oh no, the train's stationary, isn't it? I forgot we pulled the cord. That's just several minutes later. Conveniently, they pulled the cord right next to where they needed to be. This is the final moments now of the game. Once we get in here, it's all cutscene, minus one little bit we have to do with the C4. Okay, give me the mouse control
I'd
back.
feel happier if we had a gun or something.
Khan gave me something.
What?
His handbag.
Oh, great. If we run into any killers, we can give them a good buffeting. Didn't he have any weapons?
You don't know the half of it. This bag's full of C4.
Wow. Why didn't you say so? Boy, we'll show them now. What's C4?
Plastic, George.
We're going to shop our way to victory?
2 kilos of plastic explosive. The detonator's broken now.
No problem. We'll buy a box of matches somewhere.
It doesn't work that way. It takes a small explosion to start the big explosion.
Well, that's not much use then. What does that sign say?
Apparently, during the English Civil War in the mid-17th century, this place was used as an arms dump.
Yeah? What happened?
Look at the state of this place, George. You work it out.
Oh, stray spark?
You got it. The tower was the only thing to survive the blast.
I hope the explosion didn't destroy the Sword of Baphomet.
Do you? I rather hope it did.
It went boom.
Nico?
Uh-huh.
We have any more dialogue to explore with Nico?
No.
Just the, just the nose.
A
Okay, what's the
large
sign say?
arch led into the tower.
Is there anything out here before we continue?
It was just about recognizable as the church I'd seen reflected in the chalice. Templars, Roundheads, and Cavaliers. This place has seen a lot of history.
In we go then. Now, what was the puzzle in here? Is this the one that we were stuck on? I know you were saying before, Roti, that we were stuck on one for ages. Do you think it might have been this one? Or was it a bit in the train that we got stuck with when we originally played through? What have we got here then?
I scrabbled around in the rubble and found an old clay pipe with a broken... Under one of the stones, I found a metal coin which was green with age.
Okay. Anything else in the pile?
Caked with soil, but what I'd found was a small cog and spindle.
I think if these guys are having a meeting down there, well, one, there might have been some guards on the entrance, and two, wouldn't the entrance have already been open for everyone coming in and out?
With mounting excitement, I felt something between my fingers. It was short, hard, and black. Something I hadn't expected to find here. It was a plastic pen top.
Anything else? It's having a field day in this
I
pile.
didn't find anything.
Oh, that must be where limit. So we've got a pen lid.
The pipe could have been anything from 50 to several hundred years old. It was a black plastic pen top. It was an old coin. The cog was one of those objects I wished I hadn't carried in my pocket.
Why have we kept the clown's nose? Okay, there's something on here though.
Examining the demon more closely, I realized something about its face. It was a clever illusion. No matter where I stood, the eyes weren't looking at me. There was a simple reason. The demon didn't have any eyes. The stone face of the demon grinned with a horribly lifelike expression. It was so realistic, I could imagine the sculptor carving it from a live model.
Try the door.
I tried pushing the panel, but wasn't surprised when it failed to move. Above the carved cross was an indecipherable inscription. For all I knew, it could have been scribed in Gaelic.
Right, let's try the cog machine next.
The handle turned easily, and the larger wheel began to revolve.
Oh, he broke it now.
Then the handle came off in my hand.
It's probably a handle. So we've got some cogs. Do the cogs have to do anything with this? No.
The wheel turned reluctantly with a creak of complaint. There was no obvious way of removing the wheel from its housing.
Maybe try the crank. I've seen this like circle in the demon's mouth. There we go. That work? Can we use those other bits in it? I thought I clicked on the cog.
The cog slipped neatly into the eye socket.
We can't do anything with the coin. Let's just try the crank again. Now that we've got the cog. Nothing happened. What about the
With the clay pipe in his mouth, he looked happy, homely, like somebody's granddaddy.
It's almost
What
like a
do you
monocle.
think you're doing, Josh?
I wondered if there was a secret mechanism in the demon's mouth.
Maybe you should show a little more respect.
For a mythical medieval demon? Give me a break.
Okay, go right ahead. Meddle with forces you don't understand. Incur the demon's wrath and burn in hell. Just see if I care.
The cog turned freely, but nothing happened.
Oh no, it was. I think what. No, that doesn't work either. So we've got to get these in the right bloody combination or something, because the only things we can interact with. Oh, let's try that again. So, stick that in there so it looks like he's having a smoke.
With the clay pipe in his mouth, he looked happy, homely, like somebody's granddaddy.
What do you think?
I wondered if
Maybe you
for a myth.
Okay.
So we've already heard that.
Just see if I care.
Let's see if we can crank that in the other eye socket or something. I can't seem to click in the right place. Come on, George, finish the animation. Pop that back in there.
With the clay pipe in his mouth, he looked happy, homely, like somebody's granddaddy.
What do you think you're doing, Josh?
I wondered if there was a secret mechanism in the demon's mouth.
Maybe you should show a little more respect.
For a mythical.
Okay. Incur the... Just see if I care.
What are we missing here? Does the coin have anything to do with anything? Oh, he just swaps that back over. Maybe it's the
The cog turned freely, but nothing happened.
Can we take it back out?
With one of his eyes in place, the demon looked even more disturbing than before. Nico?
Let's talk to Nico.
What are you doing?
Committing this inscription to memory.
Can you read it?
No.
What's the point of studying the inscription if you can't read it?
Because it could be important. A clue to whatever we're looking for, who knows? I might find someone in Stirling to translate it.
We don't have time to go looking for a linguist.
No? At least I am doing something positive.
What language is that inscription written in?
You're the languages student, you tell me.
It looks like ancient Norse. Maybe.
Perhaps it's in code.
I don't think so.
Norse code.
Maybe not. Look! I found an old coin! You think it's worth anything?
George, focus on the situation at hand, please.
Nico, I found an old clay pipe.
George, I don't care.
Must be something that we've missed. Maybe we've not picked up something else over here, maybe. Ah.
Now that the handle was gone, it was easy to remove the cog and spindle.
Now I think we've got
With
it.
a rasp of metal on stone, I eased the second eye into place.
So the final puzzle revolves around you having to click multiple times on the same spot, thinking you've completed it. All right, let's see what happens here.
I pushed the handle into the demon's mouth. The cogs all meshed. I began to turn.
Right. As I believe this is now the final cutscene, I've just jumped up to my other screen and hopefully now I've disabled all pop-ups so that we can see the whole of the end sequence now, uninterrupted. I hope that's what I've just done. I won't talk over the dialogue of the cutscene.
As soon as I saw the flickering torches, I realized the bogus Templars had beaten us to the sword. But where were they now? And why was it so quiet? It was definitely gunpowder, but it had solidified over the centuries it had lain here undisturbed.
Okay, here we go. If anything's too loud in the next bit, just scream and I'll drop the volume a smidge.
Listen, I can definitely hear chanting.
You're right. I hear it too. What do you suppose they're doing?
It wouldn't surprise me if they were holding some kind of satanic sex ritual.
So, what are we waiting for? Shh!
Yep, definitely suppressed the pop-up.
Will you look at that? Baphomet. Labino was right. This place was ancient even to the Templars.
This whole place? This is Baphomet?
Finally, the truth. The Templars had never worshipped this graven image, no more than they'd worship a rainbow. But, like a rainbow, they regarded it as a symbol of a covenant with God, who'd revealed this place to them.
Rosso! Why, the double-dealing treacherous?
On the contrary, Inspector Rosso has been the model of obedience, an important quality in a true Templar. Now be quiet and watch if you wish to live much longer.
Brothers and sisters, we are gathered here to witness the reforging of the sword that was broken. Here before God's sentinel, Baphomet. Grand Master and Knight of Baphomet, we salute and pledge our obedience to you!
I salute you, gatekeeper of the temple. 7 centuries ago, our greatest weapon, the sword of Baphomet, was lost to us. Now we prepare to reforge it, to wield against new enemies. As the tired millennium dies, and this world looks for new leaders, we shall not fail. We shall lead the people to a new order, wherein all borders will dissolve. All will be united under the red cross of the Templars. George, we have watched your efforts to stop us with respect. But surely you realize that you have been misled by our enemies. Both of us want a better world. Fortunately, no harm has been done. We need determined, resourceful men like you. Join us, George. Join us in true brotherhood.
Yeah. True. Wait. Brothers? What about Marquet? What about Pegram and Klausner? You didn't look on them as brothers, only as failures. 3 men dead, and you don't give a damn.
George, you know that sacrifices are necessary. Every great undertaking.
Join you? I'll see you in hell first.
Ah, George, I had great hopes for you. C'est la guerre. Eklund, kill him.
Different sort of George grunts.
I swear, I just wanted things to be right.
Take them. Kill them. They will not escape.
Well, well. If it isn't the great detective and his beautiful assistant, it's going to be a pleasure killing the pair of you.
George, what are we going to do?
Come on, Nico. We're leaving.
You fools! You cannot escape us. Guido! Stop them.
But master, the powder!
That powder is from the English Civil War. You fool. It's over 300 years old. explosive do you think it can be?
I thought it was all over, but Nico had one last trick up her sleeve. Or in her handbag, to be exact. A handbag full of plastic explosives.
Maybe, but this stuff is brand new.
Oh,
Yeah. You know, you'll never be able to write your story now.
I don't care. I've got what I want.
Huh?
Just tell me one thing, George. Is our life together always going to be this crazy?
And there we have it. And I just saw that I didn't want to interrupt you in the end sequence there. But Frodo's gone off to do the garden. Well, I hope he's remembered to come back and do all of ours as well whilst he's at it. But there we have it, everybody. The conclusion. I was going to re-enable those. I'm going to click that button there. It throws up that weird grid. Yeah, everything should be working now. But there we go. That is the conclusion of Broken Sword, Shadow of the Templar, the original PS1 release, as opposed to the director's cut, which we originally did, which is also available, the entire series, 1 to 5, including this one, over on the YouTubes. We will be returning with Broken Sword 2, the original version, as we also did the director's cut of that one there. This one, of course, didn't feature any of the bits where you were Nico on her own. Because if I remember rightly, that's how actually the director's cut opened up. All of that stuff in the director's cut was all brand new to me, so all of those Nico scenes I'd never seen before. Those were all fresh puzzles to us. This is the version that I played so much in the 90s. It was the Saturday game where we play the entire game from start to finish. I don't remember it taking as long as what it takes us in each of the streams to do it, though. I think just playing the game through, you're probably talking maybe 4 and a bit hours, give or take. There we go. As always, letting the credits roll up. Anything at the end? Any Nick Fury? Nope, doesn't look at any Nick Fury yet. But George and Nico will return in Broken Sword 2. I wouldn't even mind playing through the other ones, again. 3, 4, and 5. Just every time I think of some of those, it's I always get that puzzle in my head where the wine bottles. That must have been number 3. Next up for point and click night, right? The next 2 point and click nights are not going to be point and click. JD, the next Wednesday, think as what I've got on is we are finally going to give a bash at Cities Skylines, or it's Flame in the Flood, or Flame and Flood. It's one or the other, whichever's on the schedule. And then the following week will be the opposing one. So for the next 2 weeks for then after that it will be the next in our Telltale series. We'll be returning to The Walking Dead. So we have 2 weeks where it's going to be non point and click games. Because I'm determined, I keep on having to delay them in the schedule and what have you. So I thought, no, when we get to the end of Broken Sword, we'll play those 2 games and fit them into the schedule. Then we'll return to The Walking Dead. After The Walking Dead, we may then slot it. Well, after whatever the next one, I don't know. I need to check because there's that many of the Walking Dead, and they don't always have like the right. I think the next one doesn't have like the sequential season, like 1, 2, then 3. I think it's got another name to it. It's something beginning with an M is what's stuck in my head, but I'm not 100% sure. Let's just bring that panel up whilst we're here. I have to look into it. I have to make sure I've got it downloaded. There are other games in the Telltale series as well that I also want to play. Well, realistically, I want to play all of them. Even the mind-numbingly boring Minecraft one. We should do it. Just to say that we've done it. Well, I'm 100% at the first one. Well, pretty much it's on rails. And I don't think I ever completed the Season 2 Minecraft one because it was just torturous. I said when we started the Walking Dead one, I was worried it was going to be like that, but thankfully the Walking Dead was absolutely brilliant for the seasons 1 and 2 that we played. But yeah, I'll sort that. I need to rejiggle the schedule as well because next Saturday I want to do a new game. We have next Saturday night how the hell do you say the name? Plasmobia or Plasphobia? I've got a week to figure out how it's pronounced. Where is it? Phobia. Yeah. PH, would it be? I don't know. Whichever way around it is, we are going to be doing that next Saturday. So I need to rejiggle the schedule for whatever I've got on the following Saturday to pop that in there. As we're going to play that, it was a special gift on Monday night. Mrs. Diesel gifted us a copy of the Plasmobia game, so we'll hop on and play with that. I believe it is all multiplayer though, so if you guys have got it, jump in. And we'll have a little play. I haven't actually. I downloaded it yesterday. I haven't launched it yet. I'll probably launch it tomorrow because there's a few things I want to do tonight before I go to bed. Mainly pheasant hunting. After trying last night to hunt some pheasants, unsuccessfully. The pain in the arse. You got to get them when they're in flight. Who shall we go and raid then? I'm not reading him because he's too sweary. Who else we got on the list? I've raided him dozens of times. Should we just take the easy option and just raid easy? We'll do that. Too much like hard work. So tomorrow we are back with the Hunter. I have no plans whatsoever as to what we're going to do on the Hunter. I was originally going to open up another map, but I think we're just going to go probably pheasant hunting. Maybe try and make a bit of progress towards Diamond if we can. Try and like level up some of the animals. I don't know, but you guys are welcome to whichever world we play. To jump in and we'll have a bit of fun on that until the early hours of the morning. Okay then, we'll hop over and we'll go give Easy some cheek. So thank you for watching, everybody. Pressing some buttons here. Have a good night, and where is it? We'll see you all next time. Thank you for joining me today. If you are enjoying our journey and would like to see more, then please rate, comment, favourite and subscribe in whichever manner your chosen platform allows. If you are joining us on Twitch, Mixer or YouTube, where we have loads more for you to watch, from our live streams to all our episodes across our various series. You can also drop by and say hi over on Discord, where we chat about everything from Minecraft to books and movies to tabletop games. But most importantly, thank you very much for watching and have a lovely day.